Hello, writers, and welcome back to Spooky Writes, your channel all about writing. I'm your host, who is secretly a ghost, Kamal Onor. Every writer has been frustrated with their own progress. We get rejected over and over, and we feel like we will never improve. But is this true? Do you have to be born a talented writer, or can you actually improve? Well, that's what we're talking about today. So make sure if you get any value from this video, give it a good thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, help it grow. It means a lot. And with that said, let's head into the storm.
It's the raven's call, the werewolf's howl, the vampire's bite. You search through the woods for safety, but all you find is... Okay, rights.
So you feel stuck in your progress? Feel like no matter what you do, you write the same boring story over and over? The same boring characters turn up again and again? It's not getting any easier, and it's not getting any better. And have you, dramatic pause, plateaued as a writer? Do you feel like you should give up because you just don't have the X factor?
But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X.
Well, in the words of Ernest Hemingway, we are all apprentices in a craft where no one ever becomes a master. So understand that every writer, every author is always constantly growing and maturing. The work is never truly finished. Yes, it can feel frustrating when you feel like you're not making any progress, but eventually you will have a breakthrough. The more time you dedicate to writing, the better you will become at it. Writing is an art, but it is also a skill. You can improve and get better at it if you practice. This is why I recommend you write short stories, especially early in your writing career or exploration of writing, because you have to practice.
Here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice.
You will look back in a year or 2 years later and laugh about how much better your writing skill is now, about how you would change that scene just a little bit, how you would write this piece of dialogue a little differently, how you would describe this character a little differently. So this is one of the things that I enjoy about my own writing career, about my own writing track, is that I can see an evolution and progression in my writing skill over time, because each story I write, I strive to make that story a little better. I strive to improve upon the work that I've already done. Now, you won't improve if you don't write. You won't improve if you don't continue to push yourself to improve, if you don't continue to strive to be a little bit better with each piece of writing that you complete. Read more, write more, and focus on making your next piece just a little bit better. I remember when I started grad school, I felt like a fraud. I felt like I wasn't good enough to be there. I spent the entire first semester of grad school convinced that the director of the program was going to come find me and tell me that they had made a mistake in accepting me. That the person they had actually meant to accept, his name was Jamal Bronor, very close to mine. So of course I would have understood the mix-up, and my response would have been, well, something like this.
I'm pretty tired. I think I'll go home now.
So understand that it takes a lot of self-belief, that if you keep writing, you will improve. But trust me, as someone who had to learn how to read again at the age of 13, you can improve and you can get better. Reading more helps, writing more helps, reading closer and with a critical eye helps. You don't necessarily need to go to an MFA program, but it can help. You could just go down to your local library, get yourself a library card, and read every book in your local library. It might take a little longer, but dedicated time to focus. But it might take a little longer, but dedicated time to focus on the craft of writing will pay off in the long run. Understand that it's easy to feel frustrated when the idea that you have in your head is not coming out as good as you want it to be. But the writing journey is a process, and as you mature and grow, so will your writing. So keep your head up and know that we are all on a writing journey to get just a little bit better with each piece that we write. Don't forget that if you want to support this channel, make sure to pick up a copy of Curse of the Black Horn, available in the links below. And with that, keep it spooky.